If you're looking at the best suburbs in Kansas City and you've landed on the Northland, it oftentimes comes down to a couple of options, Liberty and Parkville. They're about 10 miles apart, and one of them on average costs you around $200,000 more. I'm Joe Nelson. I help people pick the right KC suburb without overpaying or guessing. Today, I'm putting Liberty and Parkville head to head on what actually decides it. Price, taxes, schools, location, and the kind of house you can buy. Then I'll tell you who each town is really for. Stick around till the end because there's one thing about Parkville's school boundaries that catches almost everybody who figures the city name locks in the school. I'll show you how to check it before you ever make an offer. Let's talk money first because this is where the biggest gap is. And these aren't Zillow guesses, this is straight off the MLS. Every sale in both towns over the last year. In Liberty, 507 homes sold and the median price was $373,000. In Parkville, 285 sales at a median of $590,000. That's a $217,000 gap. Two towns, 10 miles apart. Now, let me be straight about Parkville because people hear about the big riverfront and bluff homes and figure that's the whole town. It's not. Most Parkville homes sell somewhere between the low 400s and about 800,000. That's the real market. Yeah, a few sold over $1 million this past year, but that was fewer than 1 in 10, so don't let that fancy listing set your expectations. And here's where people get tripped up. Parkville's average sales around $635,000, thanks to one sale over $5 million. So that's a lot higher than the median, and it's only because of that one sale and some of those more expensive homes dragging up the average. So when you're setting your budget, look at the median, not the average. One more thing, Liberty had almost twice as many sales, 507 to 285. More homes for sale means more for you to pick from. And in both towns, places are closing right around asking, so neither one is a massive bargain over the other right now. If your budget tops out in the low 400s, Liberty just gives you more house and more choices. If you're shopping in Parkville's range and you want what it's got, that's a different conversation. Either way, if you want us to pull real comps for your budget in both towns, call us or shoot us an email. It's right below this video. 10 minutes on the phone beats a week on Zillow for sure. Now, a quick word on taxes because it's real money and nobody brings it up until you're at the closing table. First, some good news that's true for both towns. Neither Liberty nor Parkville puts you inside Kansas City's 1% earnings tax. Live inside Kansas City proper and 1% of what you make comes off the top every year. Out here in either of these suburbs, as a resident, you skip that. One catch though, the tax follows your job too, so if you live out here but you drive to Kansas City for work, you still owe it on what you earn in the city. Worth knowing before you assume you're in the clear. Then there's property tax. Both towns sit in about the same range, and Platte County can run a little higher in spots. But honestly, the rate is not where the real difference is. The price of the house is. A slightly higher rate on a Liberty home still costs you less than a lower rate on a Parkville home that's $200,000 more. So don't pick a town off the tax rate. In my opinion, pick the house. Then we'll run your actual tax number on it before you write the offer. Next up, schools. And you've got to be careful here because most of what's online is somebody's opinion dressed up as a fact. So here's the actual data. Liberty is in the Liberty Public School District, shocking, right? Some people call it Liberty 53. Parkville is mostly Park Hill School District. On niche, both score near the top. Park Hill is an A- overall, ranked number 23 in the state. Liberty is an A, the top district in Clay County. On state testing, Park Hill's around 52% in math and 52% in reading. Liberty's at 49% in math and 53% in reading. Both are well above the Missouri average, which sits around 40 and 43%. Liberty graduates about 93% of its kids, Park Hill about 89%. And Park Hill South, the high school in Parkville, is the #1 public high school in Platte County. So which district is better? Wrong question. These are two strong districts and they trade the lead depending on which number matters to you. The thing that actually counts is which exact school and specific address feeds into. And I'll show you why that matters so much at the end. If schools are driving your search, we can pull the ratings for any house you're looking at. Just reach out. Third, location. And this is way bigger than one drive time. Start with downtown Kansas City, since that's what everybody asks about. Truth is, it's close to a wash. Parkville's about 10 miles in, Liberty's about 16 down I-35. Both are easy outside of rush hour. Which one's faster to downtown really just depends on where you are in each town and which way you go. I'd call downtown a tie. Everything else, not a tie. Parkville sits on the northwest side. That puts you right next to KCI Airport. If you fly for work, that's a real time back in your week. It also puts you closer to the whole Kansas side, Overland Park, Lenexa, all of Johnson County, the west half of the metro. And here's something a lot of people haven't connected yet. The Chiefs are building a new domed stadium out in Wyandotte County, Kansas by the Speedway and the Legends. It doesn't open for several more years, but Parkville's the closer of the two if that's important to you. Liberty plays the other side of the map. You're set up on the Clay County side, easy on and off of I-35 and 152, and Liberty's right next to a big mixed-use project called Pioneer Crossing that's coming in the next few years. Some people are calling it the Plaza of the Northland. Fair warning though, that one's a future bet. It's getting built in phases over several years. You can't go shop there today. So don't get stuck on who's a couple minutes closer to downtown. Look at which side of the metro your life actually runs on. Airport and the Kansas side, that's Parkville. The Clay County side and what's coming there, that's Liberty. And whatever you're leaning toward, do one thing before you buy. Drive your real commute at the real time you drive it. Not Sunday afternoon. I'm talking Tuesday morning at 7:45. That'll tell you more than any map. If you want help figuring out which side fits your work and your life, that's exactly what we sort out on a quick call. Info is below. All right, fourth, the actual house you're buying. Because these two towns feel different the second you drive through them. Liberty is built around its old downtown square. The historic courthouse sits right in the middle. The Jesse James Bank Museum, shops and restaurants you can park once and walk to. There's a farmer's market, community events on the square all year round, and around 500 acres of parks. And William Jewell College right in town. The homes run the whole range. You've got older places under 200 grand close to the square, and newer builds out in the neighborhoods like Clay Meadows and Homestead of Liberty that go for the low 400s up to around 850. Parkville's a different feel completely. The downtown sits right on the Missouri River. English Landing Park and Platte Landing Park run along the water. There's the Parkville Nature Sanctuary, one of my favorites. It's about 115 acres of hiking trails. And Park University's right there in town. A lot of the higher end homes are custom, tucked into the bluffs and built around Riss Lake and the National Golf Course. In a neighborhood like River Hills Estates, you've got custom homes and lots from the mid 500s to well past $1 million. You can take a golf cart down to the course and into downtown. So Liberty gives you that established, walkable, small town square. Parkville gives you river, hills, and custom. Two different things at two different prices. So who should pick which one? Both of these land on just about everybody's shortlist for the best suburbs in Kansas City, just for different reasons. And here's what I've noticed after years of this. In fact, I'm a lifelong Northlander. The folks who go back and forth between these two usually aren't really deciding between Liberty and Parkville. They're deciding what they want a normal Saturday to look like. Walking to a coffee shop on the historic square, or checking out a farmer's market down by the river. Once they picture that, the two towns pick themselves. So here's the simple version. If your budget's somewhere around $350 to $450 and you want an established neighborhood with a real downtown and the most house for your money, it's hard to beat Liberty. You also get more homes on the market, so you're not fighting over scraps. If your budget's north of $550 and you want maybe something a little more custom, you want the riverfront close by, you want the airport, Parkville's got it. And you'll pay for it. For the veterans and military families I work with, same logic. Just run it against your VA budget and your proximity to the base and your entitlement. Because that $200,000 gap changes your monthly payment in a hurry. There's no wrong answer here. There's just the one that fits your money and how you want to live. If you want a gut check on which one's actually you, it's a 10-minute call. Okay, the Parkville school thing I promised you, here it is. People assume buying a house in Parkville automatically gets their kids into a certain Park Hill school district. It doesn't. School assignment goes by attendance boundaries, not the name of the city on your mail. Two almost identical houses a few streets apart can feed into two different schools. So before you write an offer on any house, Parkville, Liberty, anywhere, run the address through the district's boundaries locator and confirm the school. Don't always trust the listing. Don't trust what the last owner told you. Check it out for yourself. That one habit can save you a lot of headaches. To make this easier, I put together a KC relocation guide. It breaks down Northland neighborhoods, prices, schools, and commute times, the stuff no algorithm is going to hand you. Go to my website, sign up, and I'll send it over for free. The link's below. Real quick, why I make these. I'm Joe Nelson. I'm a realtor and licensed mortgage loan originator, and I did 21 years in the Air Force. I've lived in the Kansas City area basically my whole life. I run the Nelson Home Group, the highest rated real estate team on Google in the metro. I make these videos because I actually want to work with you. That's the whole reason I do this. If you've made it this far in the video, you're interested. When you're looking at two towns with a $200,000 gap between them, the wrong call can cost you money real quick. I'd rather get it right. So here's where I'll leave it. If you're moving to Kansas City and you're stuck between Liberty and Parkville or any other parts of the metro, or you're a veteran trying to figure out how far your VA loan goes in either one, reach out. Call or email, whatever's easier. It's right below the video. Don't sit on it. Northland inventory is opening up right now, so you've got more room to negotiate than buyers had a while back. The sooner we talk, the more options you've got. I'm Joe Nelson. Let's get to work.